Hello students, today we will discuss about ideal gas and ideal gas equations. The first question is, what is an ideal gas? Ideal gas is a gas that follow Charles law, Boyle's law and Avogadro law strictly. Let's see the definition. A gas that follows Boyle's law, Charles law and Avogadro law strictly is an ideal gas. That is, an ideal gas should always follow Boyle's law, Charles law and Avogadro law strictly. This was the definition of ideal gas. Now what are the examples of ideal gas? In actual, there is no real gas or actual gas which is perfectly ideal. This is because in ideal gas what we assume that the interaction between the molecules of a gas, that is an ideal gas, is zero. There is no intermolecular attraction or interaction between the molecules of ideal gas, which is in reality not so. A real gas behaves ideally only at high temperature and low pressure. Otherwise, they show some deviation from the ideal behavior. Either it is positive deviation or negative deviation. We will discuss about this in later videos. So, now what is an ideal gas equation? As we know, ideal gas follow Boyle's law, Charles law and Avogadro law. So, the equation will also be derived from the equations of Boyle's law, Charles law and Avogadro law. Let's see. What is the equation of Boyle's law? V is inversely proportional to P, that is volume is inversely proportional to pressure. For Charles law, V is directly proportional to T. For Avogadro law, V is directly proportional to N, that is number of moles. When we combine these three equations, we get this form of equation where V is directly proportional to N and T by inversely proportional to P. Now for removing this proportionality sign, we use a constant R, which is universal gas constant. So the form of equation becomes V is equal to R and T divided by P, or PV is equal to nRT, where P is pressure, V is volume, N is number of moles of the gas, R is universal gas constant and T is absolute temperature. R is universal gas constant. This equation is known as ideal gas equation. This form of equation is very useful and it is known as ideal gas equation, in which PV is equal to nRT. Obviously, for 1 mole of a gas, it will become PV is equal to RT. Now, R is universal gas constant. It is a constant with a fixed value and some units. As you can see from here, there are 3 different values of R. Actually, the number of the values is slightly more than these 3. But here I am representing only these 3. So, R can be used, the value of R which can be used is 0.0821 liter atmosphere per Kelvin per mole, or 82.1 milliliter atmosphere per Kelvin per mole, or 8.314 meter cube pascal per Kelvin per mole. So if you can see, then there are 3 different, the unit of R is combination of 4 different units. The one is unit of volume, the another one is unit of pressure, next is unit of Kelvin temperature, and another one is unit of number of amount, that is number of moles. So what is different is, in these 3 units is the unit of temperature and pressure and volume. So the question comes, how will we decide that which of these 3 or 4 values of R is to be used for solving which problem? Now, the answer is, for solving a particular problem, the value of R which is to be used depends on the units of pressure and volume given in the equation, in the problem. If in problem the value of pressure is given in atmosphere while the volume is given in liter, in that case we will use the first one. If the pressure is given in atmosphere and the volume is given in ml, milliliter, then we will use the second one. And if the pressure is given in pascal while the volume is given in meter cube, then we will use the third one. So the units of R to be used must be same as those of pressure and volume given in the problem. So this was the ideal gas equation. This was the discussion about universal gas constant. So now we know what is an ideal gas. An ideal gas which follows Boyle's law, Charles' law, Avogadro law strictly. Now we know what is an ideal gas equation. Yeah, that is PV is equal to nRT. We know what is universal gas constant R and its values, and now we know which value is to be used for which type of problem. The next thing is the calculation of density of an ideal gas. Obviously every gas has some density and some molar mass. So let's see about the calculation. From ideal gas equation we know that PV is equal to nRT, where P is the pressure, V is volume, N is number of mole, R is universal gas constant, and T is absolute temperature. N, that is number of moles. Do you know how to calculate number of mole? Yeah, it is calculated by dividing the given mass by molar mass. M by M, that is M small m, which represents the given mass of the gas, and capital M, which represents the molar mass. If we divide the given mass by molar mass, we get the value of N, that is number of moles. Substituting this value in ideal gas equation, we get PV is equal to M divided by capital M R into RT. Now we can write this equation in this form also. If you notice, there is a term M upon V, mass upon volume. What is mass upon volume? Yes, mass upon volume is density, which is represented by rho. So we can eliminate this term M upon V and we can replace it with rho. So when we do so, we get a form of equation where P, that's pressure, is equal to rho into R T divided by M, that is molar mass. This form of equation is very useful. It is used for calculating the molar mass. If we know the density, temperature and pressure of any ideal gas, we can calculate its molar mass using this equation. Or if we know the molar mass, pressure and temperature, we can calculate its density. So there are two equations which are very useful. The first one is ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT, and second one is this, that is relation between pressure, density and molar mass, these two. So this was the discussion about ideal gas equation and the calculation of molar mass and density of an ideal gas. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you.